You're watching a devastated city. Yes, this is the city of Gaza. Dilapidated, destroyed, and filled with only and only the remains of destruction. The cries and hues of the people can still be heard from just an image. Well, does humans have the right to destroy the whole city, the whole race, the whole country like this? Honestly, from the perspective of humanities, from the perspective of the human principles, we don't. But there are some policies that justifies this level of destruction. Yes, you heard it correct. There are some policies that are followed by us, that is by humans only, that describes or that basically justifies such type of devastation. Well, before we understand that policy, what we have been following since the inception of the New World Order, or what we can basically say we are following since the start of the First World War in 1914. But before we enter into that policy, we have a paragraph for you. From the newspaper that is The Hindu. This is paragraph from the newspaper The Hindu. So what has been mentioned here? Have you ever noticed how an airstrike in Mumbai triggers the national outrage, but a similar attack in Kashmir rarely breaks through the noise? We are so accustomed to hearing about the violence there that it barely feels like news in Kashmir, as if death in these regions are already anticipated as well as normalized. These aren't just the accidents of geography. They are the symptoms of deeper system of politics that decides whose lives matter, whose lives are worth grieving, and whose deaths are simply the part of the landscape. So basically, there is a policy that justifies whose life can be given away, whose life is worth sacrificing, and whose life is worth grieving. And this policy is known as, into the history, today we call it as the necropolitics. Well, I think this is a term which you are encountering for the first time, but no worries. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English, where we are going to provide you with all of such detailed information on all of those topics that are barely seen, that are rarely seen, but yes, which are obviously optimized for UPSC in their question papers from prelims to mains as well as interview. So guys, my name is Pravin Mishra. I'm your educator here. And once again, warm welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. And let's discuss, let's decode the features of this necropolitics. From where it come, and what does actually it means. So starting with the definition. So necropolitics is the use of political power to what? To determine who is allowed to live. Remember, it is what? The use of political power in a way that justifies that these lives matters and these can be given away, right? So these lives matter and these can be given away, basically. So what is this? Necropolitics, it is the use of political power to determine who is allowed to live and who can be made to die. And it basically describes how states and institutions manage death by exposing certain populations, such as refugees, the poor, or racialized communities, to violence, abandonment, or even structural neglect. So, it sounds itself weird. It sounds odd. It sounds very, embarrassing as well. Very much frustrating and disturbing as well. But ultimately, that's the harsh reality. And the best example from the Hindu, what we have got is this one particular paragraph. I really love this paragraph a lot. The reference, right? An attacks in Mumbai can lead to the widespread public outrage. But the same attacks in Kashmir, many of the times it goes unheard, unnoticed, and literally, never in the sensation. So here we have the information for you on necropolitics. Who coined this term? So it is the name, a Cameroonian historian, basically, Achille Mbembe. Okay, so the name is Achille Mbembe. In the year 2003, he wrote an essay. And then finally, in the year 2019, he wrote a particular book titled as Necropolitics, which takes its inspiration, or basically takes its theme or principles from another book that is written by another personality, Michel Foucault. What is the name of the book? Biopolitics. And now let's understand the difference between biopolitics and necropolitics. While biopolitics is basically concerned with the managing life and populations, okay, necropolitics interrogates the power to let people die, deciding who is disposable, who may be sacrificed, and whose suffering is structurally ignored. Let's understand the difference between both at large. Biopolitics and necropolitics. So biopolitics, once again, given by Foucault, and necropolitics given by Achille Mbembe. Okay. Now, the focus. Biopolitics focuses on the management and preservation of life, population control via vaccination, sanitation, reproductive policies, etc. And necropolitics, deliberate exposure of certain groups to death or conditions of slow dying. This is what necropolitics is. So basically the method, it follows make, live, and let die. Okay, make, live, or live, and let die. Whereas the necropolitics works, make, die, death as a planned political tool. So what's happening in Gaza, what has been happening in Eritrea, Ethiopia, Syria, Libya, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, even Pakistan, present-day Bangladesh, Myanmar, even in Cambodia, even in Thailand, and then 1990s Sri Lanka. And what has happened inside, unfortunately, sorry, but Kashmir. What is happening inside, sorry, but once again, Manipur. It's all the systematic usage of a theory that is known as necropolitics. Whose lives matters and whose doesn't. This is what the simple agenda is. And for this, we have got a very wonderful reference from the same article of The Hindu. The Bengal famine of 1943. As per the estimated data, roughly 3.5 to 4 million people, they lost their lives. 4 million people, they lost their lives. Where was the bloody British government? Well, firstly, they don't give a damn. And secondly, they were too busy, 1943, in the so-called the Great War, World War II, right? People in the Bengal, the regions of West Bengal and present-day so-called Bangladesh was dying. They were dying. They were starving. Their hues and cries went unheard. Not just by the British government, but even also by the local Indian leadership of the time. Whereas these incidences like Bengal famine mentioned inside the history books, what did the leaders of the Congress, Muslim League, the All India Trade Union Congress, and we have got multiple organizations at that time, Communist Party of India, many organizations, right? Those who were actively going ahead into politics and asking for the freedom and independence. What about those 4 million people? Those who lived their lives? Not exactly 4 million, less than 4 million. Okay, let's take 3.8 million. What the Google data as well as the other books they have told us. So they went unheard. So unlike the sovereign power, necropolitics does not rely on the will of a single ruler. It basically operates through policies, institutions, and the global indifferences, okay, that erases the value of the lives, of the common lives, right? So these lives are stripped of dignity, reduced to just statistics, and rendered disposable. So the logic Achille Mbembe argues has deep colonial roots, considering the Bengal famine of 1943. Millions have died, not due to the lack of food, as you can see, but because the British colonial policies prioritized the imperial interests over the Indian lives. So basically, death was systematic, not accidental. This famine was not famine. That was basically the reluctance, the ignorance, the irresponsible behavior of the so-called imperial government, as well as the other local Indian leadership that didn't give a damn. Okay, you guys are dying there. You are the victim of necropolitics. Congratulations, right? This is what has been happening. So guys, this is it. I hope everything is clear with regard to the necropolitics and you have understood that how the StudyIQ IAS English channel is there for you. So if the channel is there for you, so is the StudyIQ whole platform is there for you as well. To provide you such type of concrete information, as well as knowledge, so that you can cross your ways, you can just cover up the journey of your UPSC CSE in a very fluent, in a very silky and a smooth manner, and ultimately landing yourself to the success that is becoming an IAS and IPS officer and so on. So for this, we have launched the resolution batch for all of our dear learners, all of our dear aspirants. What this resolution batch will be providing you? Well, with 1,000 plus hours of live classes, access to recorded lecture, 18 sets of printed books given to you at your doorsteps, The teacher's class notes that he or she is using to teach you, the very same notes will be given to you in the PDF format at the end of the session. Finally, prelims test series is there. Yes. Mains test series is there. Absolutely. Does it also includes the interview guidance program? It does. So 25 plus tests for your prelims, 15 plus tests for your mains, and multiple mock interviews for your interview. So everything under one single subscription. But wait, that's not enough. Books, test series, notes, okay, lectures, access to recorded lectures, that's fine. But what about the extra things? Well, obviously, StudyIQ has got a distinct name in providing students with extra level of support. So we have got two wonderful things in the very same resolution batch. The 1:1 mentorship, you will be assigned with a personal mentor with whom you can connect anytime, obviously in the office hours, and ask him or her about your doubts, about the issues that you are facing in your academics, in your preparation, obviously. Further, the MRP. Not that main, this maximum retail price. It's about the Mains Residential Program. What is this? Once you have qualified your prelims, that task two, you will qualify. Your mains examination, those 87 days, like 24th of May is your mains, 24th of May is your prelims, and 21st of August is your mains, right? So 87 days roughly you are getting. So for those 87 days, you will be called to Delhi in our accommodation in Delhi's Rajendra Nagar Hub of Civil Services, you know it, right? And there we will be providing you with the offline classes from the very same great educators and mentors, right? And don't worry, you don't have to say a single rupee, a single penny for your accommodation. That will be totally on us, right? So just go ahead with the prelims. You are going to qualify it for sure, as I stated, the last two, right? And for the mains, you will be here with us 3 months, okay, in our accommodation, your personal space to live with all the facilities and amenities equipped inside your space, okay? And just besides the building where you will be living, just besides that building, there will be your offline classes, okay? So nearby your mains, you can return back to your center wherever it is, okay, and give your mains examination. And then once again, for your interview, we shall be there for you to provide you the best possible, what we say, guidance, support, and everything. Okay, everyone. So all of these things just in one single subscription, that is a resolution batch that is commenced from 8th of July. Okay, that is commencing from where? From when? 8th of July. So guys, quickly enroll yourself today so that you never miss a single class. And remember guys, we have got multiple subscription plans like Gold, Platinum, and Diamond. And these subscription plans are starting with just rupees 9,999. But with a catch, you'll get the subscription with the maximum possible discount only if you have used this promo code. What is the code? PRV Live. Just use the promo code, guys, okay, on any subscription that you are purchasing on the StudyIQ portal and get the maximum possible discount. Okay, everyone. So this is it with regard to this session, and please do not forget to hit the subscribe button of the StudyIQ IAS English channel, a channel dedicated and committed with just one agenda to provide you the quality and quantity of the content. And yes, guys, if you wish to connect with me, here is the QR code of the Telegram channel with the name Praveen_StudyIQ, right? And also you can ping me on my Instagram account, that is Praveen Mishra_2107. Okay, everyone. Bye-bye. Good day. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.